maybe before. I don't think during.
But it's interesting. Anyway, we Jews are good at multiple perspectives. So should we get this show on the road? You don't understand my filters are gone.
What those jobs you got the other night? When will you sing a song? May 3rd. So now in a few days. Well, I guess 5 weeks from today.
That's right. On the desert shore, there was a rabbi. The rabbi was near a cactus.
Egypt land?
Well, we do need to get in the mindset of Passover, right?
Rabbi was in.
That's right. That's right.
Land.
We're always on a journey.
It is a swamp
An
down there.
exodus through the desert, looking for the promised land. That moment of freedom.
Are those?
What?
Is that microphone on?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me? Do you understand what I am saying? Even though it might be gibberish, but the words you can hear and comprehend. All right, so we're
I may
gonna
forget that.
Papo 2 check. Is everybody ready with their music?
Oh yeah, let's check our. You want to play a note or something? That's sharp. What are you playing?
I'm playing A.
A.
That's a normal warm-up note.
It is. In orchestra, you start with
Play it again.
A.
That's better.
That's how the string instruments.
How about you?
tune.
A. Yeah, that's good. Yes.
Imagine
I
the
don't know what it-
concert
I can't play
master
it on
of
my
the
guitar.
orchestra coming forward and
I think that would be
playing
this.
the key.
Is that an A? Does that work? Yeah, that works.
As we attempt to tune our instruments, in a way, it's a preparation for this musical Shabbat, the Shabbat of music, a special time that we all spend together. We're delighted we're here all together. We are small but mighty and strong. May we lend our voices and our eggs and our instruments to make our Shabbat meaningful and beautiful through every note we play. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat.
Let's look to page 1. We enter the sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls, we sit surrounded by numerous generations.
Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst.
Throughout their long history and endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth and love and justice for all humanity.
Its presence guided our ancestors to lives of righteousness.
Now we, in our turn, come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives.
May we enter this place in peace.
May we encounter holiness as we cross its threshold.
In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts.
We now go to our candle lighting at the bottom of page 1. I'd like to invite up our front row of choir members to lead us in this lighting of our Shabbat candles, which will officially ignite our service. Oh. Please rise.
O God, you are the light by which we see the ones we love. As we kindle these lights, we begin a holy time. May we find in it refreshment of body and spirit, and the sense that you are near to us at all times.
May we be blessed with Shabbat joy. May we be blessed with Shabbat peace. May we be blessed with Shabbat light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
be seated. We now turn to our Lecha Dodi prayer on page 2. And when we reach the last verse, we'll all rise together as we welcome in the Sabbath bride. What?
La
to page 3. And we rise for our Baruch Hu, which is found towards the top of the page. What? I'm not hearing what you're saying. I wasn't going to read the top, but if you want me to. A rabbi wishing to instruct a small boy on where to find God said to him, "Show me every place that God is, and I will give you a penny." "Rabbi," answered the boy with the insight of youth, "show me any place God isn't, and I will give you 2 pennies. That's all right. Praise the eternal God, to whom our praise is due.
Praise be eternal God, to whom our praise is due, now and
forever. Please be seated. The evening prayer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, creator of the universe, whose word brings the evening dusk. You open the gates of dawn with wisdom, change the day's divisions with understanding, set the succession of seasons, and arrange the stars in the sky according to your will. You create day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light. Eternal God, your rule shall embrace us forever. Blessed are you, Adonai, for each evening's dusk. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. We now come to our prayer for oneness, our Shema. Please rise. It is at the bottom of the page.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael
Israel, the Eternal is our God, the Eternal is one. Praised is God's glorious majesty forever and ever. Please be seated as we continue with the Ve'ahavta.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha vehayu hadevarim ha'elem asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'beitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uk'shartam lehot ayadecha v'hayu letotafot beinecha uchavtam al mezuzah beitecha u'misharecha l'man tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kiroshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim li'od lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
And you shall love Adonai your God together with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be upon your heart, shall be in your heart.
And you shall teach them diligently unto your children.
And
you
speak
shall
of
speak of them when you
sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and when you rise up.
And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates, that you may remember and do all my commandments, and be holy unto your God,
unto your God, unto your God. It's as if the words echo throughout the sanctuary. We now turn to our Mi Chamocha, our prayer for celebration and joy and for freedom, which is found there at the bottom of the page. turn the page to Vishamru on page 5. Although doesn't it look exactly like a 5 on my booklet? More like a squiggle.
Everybody knows it's not an S.
However, it comes after 4, so my assumption is that we are indeed on page 5 with Vishamru, a prayer honoring Shabbat.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. Take a deep breath. שמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
We look now to the italicized part. We read together. Make every effort to pray from the heart, even if you do not succeed. In the eyes of God, the effort is precious. Certainly, our efforts and our intentions will continue as we start our Amidah, our standing prayer with Adonai Tzipatai Titach, which we will invite you to rise for.
Na, 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 na. Anasvata Tifta. ata Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Ve'koneh HaKol, Ve'zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, U'mevii Geulah livnei bneihem, Le'man Shelo ve'ahava, Melech Ozer, Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rab le'Hoshia, Mechalkel chayim b'chesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim v'rofech cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishanei afar, Bichamocha b'gevurot, Umido melech, Melech b'mit umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol.
Please be seated. We now turn to our prayer for peace, our Shalom Rav. We read together. Grant us peace, your most precious gift,
O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message
through all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country that it may always be a stronghold of peace and its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within its homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship among the inhabitants of all lands, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Blessed is the eternal God, the source of peace.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Ki ata hu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu
take now a moment for silent prayer. Our thoughts now turn to those who are in need of healing, whether physical or spiritual. Let us read together in the italics in the middle of the page. O God, even when I am weak and in pain, help me to remember the good I can do, and help me on this and every day to see beyond my many troubles, that I may be a blessing to others and to myself. In particular, our congregational family keeps in our hearts Carol All, Joyce and Jim Amato, Ed Brooks, Elizabeth Brooks, Norman Berg, Michael Cardamom, Roberta Cooperman, Deb Daniel, Annette and Rob DeLappy, Phyllis Eisenberg, Lenny Eisler, Tom Ellsbury, Rosemarie Esposito, Janet Falco, Mark Falk, Dorothy Farrell, Bob Ferguson, Dorothy Gilbert, Jennifer Gonclaves, Thea Gunther, Gina Haft, Peter Haynes, Denise Karp, Alice Lambert, Mark Leibowitz, Barbara Maloney, Frank Michelson, Miriam Levine, Kem Lorenzo, Janessa Michelson, Merrill Miller, Roberta Miller, Eli Mueller, Hunter O'Leary, Stephanie Pluka, Sharon Portnoy, Jennifer Ann Riley, Martin Reiger, Marlene Rosalinsky, Helene Rothstein, Bernie Schwartz, Jan Silverman, Lori Weinberg, Barry and Cynthia Willens, Esther Wilkins, Merrill Williams, and Abby Zeltman. If there are names to add, please do so at this time. Yes. Debbie. Did you have another one? If there are names of those watching online to add, now is your opportunity. We keep these many names in our hearts and in our thoughts as we turn to our Misha Berach in the middle of the page and we sing together. Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor Avraham Leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imoteinu Mekor Avraham Avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We continue now with our Kiddush, and it's my pleasure and privilege to invite the last row of the choir to lead us in our Kiddush this evening, which is found right here at the bottom of page 7. Right over here by the Kiddush wine. Does anybody want a wine? Symbolic wine. A wine for the campus? A grape juice for the rabbi?
Okay.
All right. Yes, if you want to read the seventh day.
The seventh day is consecrated to the eternal our God. With wine, our symbol of joy, we celebrate this day and its holiness. We give thanks to all our blessings for life and health, for work and rest, for home and love and friendship. On Shabbat, eternal sign of creation, we remember that we are created in the divine image. We therefore raise the cup in thanksgiving.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat v'shom, v'ahava u'ratzon, hinchilanu, zikaron le'maseh b'reishit, ki hu yom techilah le'mikra'ei kodesh, zecher le'tzilat Mitzrayim, ki Shabbat. L'chaim.
Chaim.
Go ahead and be seated. You can see I'm just as bad with the honors as I am when I walk around and greet everyone with the Torah. Occupational hazard. So I have a couple of words of Torah to share with you tonight. Our parsha, Parshat Shemini. It actually was my bat mitzvah portion many, many, many moons ago. I will not tell you how many, but it's a lot. Alvin Stolevey wrote, "What if God arrived unannounced? No smoke, no thunder, a gentle appearance of radiance and love. What if God snuck in on tiptoes? No earthquake, no blast of the shofar, a luminous presence of wonder and glory. What if God's voice whispered in your ear, so quiet that you had to hold your breath to hear? A silent surrender of hope and faith. What if holiness packed the empty space with light as if your lungs filled with the one divine breath together with every other living being? What if God's voice is as near as your willingness to listen quietly to the soul of the universe as a sense of calm and peace pass through you? What if that moment is now?" Stolevey wrote this poem in response to a simple line found at the beginning of our Torah portion, which states, "Vayera kevod Adonai el kol ha'am." The glory of God appeared to all the people. This is very different than Yitro, which details the giving of the Ten Commandments, because in that instant, God appears with thunder and dramatic smoke and fire. This time, the description is far more subtle. And in stark contrast to this intense imagery of the Ten Commandments, we allow possibly for the possibility that God exists in the silence between the notes of the music we play, adding intentional contrast to the notes sung out loud. This is a reminder that God remains hidden until we lift the veil and recognize the sacredness inherent in the small, miraculous moment, the moments that often remain silent or possibly taken for granted. God, I believe, is present in those simple acts of kindness, the ability to stand up and lie down, the beauty entrenched in the natural world that we encounter each and every day. In many ways, this is how I see the divine, not relegated to the big gestures or the life-saving moments, but in the simple, unanticipated acts of human compassion and caring. We have the potential to unlock these moments through our actions and our awareness. May we reveal the potential holiness in the seemingly mundane by taking a moment to look and listen, to be thankful and kind, and to take notice of God's presence in this Shabbat and beyond. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will. Shabbat Shalom. Let's see, there's a pair of books in there. We're going to continue now with our Aleinu, or as it is listed here, our adoration, which we will rise for. We read together, "Let us adore the ever-living God
and render praise unto you, who spread out the heavens and established the earth, and whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else. V'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We read together, may the
Time not be distant, O God, when your name shall be worshipped in all the earth, when unbelief shall disappear and error be no more. Fervently we pray that the day may come when all shall turn to you in love, when corruption and evil shall give way to integrity and goodness, when superstition shall no longer enslave the mind, nor idolatry blind the eye, when all who dwell on earth shall know that you alone are God. O may all created in your image become one in spirit and one in friendship, forever united in your service. Then shall your rule be established on earth, and the word of your prophet fulfilled. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Please be seated. Our thoughts now turn to those who have departed this earth. At this time, we think about people who have died. Some were our family, some were our friends. When we think about these people, we miss them. We are grateful for memories of them, and we thank you, O God, for life, and certainly for the people that we have loved. In particular, we keep in our hearts those whose yahrzeits fall on this week. Nathan Adelson, Robert P. Arnold, Irene Barahal, Selma Berkowitz, Victor Berkowitz, Peter Boltze, Esther Dalva, John Dietrich, Louis Dresnick, Marla Feldman, Morton Fink, Edna Freeman, Harry H. Friedman, Abraham Geller, Ann Gordon, Mary Helfer, Thelma Helen, Jean Horowitz, Robert Kaplan, Hyman Katz, Hyman Kornblatt, Dorothy M. Landsman, May Lewis, G. Caleb Mayes, Pearl Mirror, Paul Amos, Sandra Rosen, Doris Pearl, Shirley Rosen, David Rosenstein, Deborah Rottenstein, Jacob Rottenstein, Rebecca Salbo, Samuel Sachs, Stanley E. Sachs, Mildred Scheck, Hannah Silverman, Herman Welber, Eve Wilkowitz, Arthur Zinn. If there are names to add, I invite you to do so at this time. We also keep in our hearts the tragic loss of Eli Kaplan. There's no Kaddish, but there's Kaddish in our book. On page 598.
I invite you to rise if it is your custom to do so. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divra chirute v'yamli malchute, v'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chaye dekol beit Yisrael, v'agalau v'zman kari v'imru amen. Ye'esh shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar, yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yit hadar, v'yit haleh, v'yit halal, shemei dekudesha barichu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran v'alma v'imru amen. Ye'esh shalom rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'romav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the one on high who creates harmony bring peace to us, to all Israel, to the world, to which we say together, Amen. Please be seated. I'd like to invite up Paul Weber, who is our wonderful president, to share a couple of amazing things that are going on in our congregational community, which we certainly invite you to take part in.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Tonight's Oneg is sponsored by the temple.
Woo!
Ted, on that note, Brotherhood will be selling wine for Passover starting tonight at the Oneg. Again, they will also be selling it on April 5th and April 12th. A reminder, all religious school 6th graders are going to St. John's Church in Bohemia tomorrow for our annual Interfaith Anti-Bias service. This year's theme is a prayer for the world. Please join us tomorrow at Torah at Panera, located in Bohemia at 9:30. This will be followed by an adult confirmation class at the temple tomorrow at 11:30. These are wonderful classes of learning and sharing with Rabbi Rosenthal. This is your last chance. Tickets are available for the 7th annual New York State raffle. To purchase tickets, please see Steve Sonkin at the Oneg. Raffle tickets are $5. Sisterhood is having a Women's Seder experience on Tuesday, April 9th at 6 p.m. Ritual foods and desserts will be served by reservation only. Our annual New York City Jewish Cultural Tour will be held on Sunday, April 14th. Both rabbis are leading the tour group, which will be split in two. Please see March Bulletin for more information. We leave the temple at 8 a.m. sharp. Please RSVP as soon as possible, as seats are going quickly. First night Passover Seder and dinner will be on Friday, April 19th at 7 p.m. This will be a full ritual Seder. We will be using Woodbury Kosher caterers. We will conclude with songs, Passover desserts, candy, tea, and coffee. Please see the bulletin for prices and other information. Our next blood drive will be on Monday, April 29th from 2 to 8 p.m. Please make your appointment online or call the temple. As a thank you, you will earn a voucher for a pair of New York Mets tickets for a 2019 home game. Please return your response cards for the gala honoring Rabbi Moss and Judy before May 15th. Also get your words of Mazel Tov printed in the Sylvanite Journal by returning your ad forms and payments to the office before May 1st. We are still looking for pictures of Rabbi and Judy to put around the gala. Please see the April bulletin for more details. If you are new to B'nai Israel or just visiting, please introduce yourself to our rabbi, our cantor, or myself so we can greet you. On Monday, April 1st, Senior Youth Group meets at 6 p.m. On Tuesday, April 2nd, Sisterhood Board meeting is at 7:30 p.m. On Thursday, April 3rd, we have a fundraising meeting at 8 p.m. And on Friday, we have Shabbat service at 8 p.m. Thank you. Thank you, Rabbi.
We turn now to our Sabbath prayer on page 9, which is written nicely and clearly right at the top of the page. And now our closing song, Shir Chadash, a new song.
It's new again because it's new. We always start and end with the same song because it is to be thinking about how wonderful it is at first to get here that it's new, but then at the end how newly revived and excited we are that we came together for Shabbat to celebrate together as a community, and how happy we are together. So if you feel so moved to stand and sway, that's
or you
always
can think
good.
of it as a giant sandwich. And the Shabbat is in the middle of the sandwich, and really it's something delicious and tasty that we
Please rise.
Voting next.
Shiru musicians, our choir, our Sydney, and to our rabbi who joined us with her guitar again. And anybody that plays an instrument, I can give you music for almost any instrument, thanks to our lovely pianist, Ellen, who can transpose anything into anything, even a kazoo and triangle. So, if you want to join us, the next time is, when's the next fifth Friday? Anyone know what month that's going to be?
Somebody said May.
May? Ooh, yeah, May.
Very soon.
That's soon.
It's coming up.
That's good.
And also, thank you to our cantor,
Oh, you're
who
welcome.
does so much of this organizational work. And certainly, may we let the songs linger. May we take a piece of this music with us home, a piece of holiness of Shabbat, and spread it around as much as we can to all we encounter, so that it may last us through today and tomorrow and beyond, as we say together.
Amen. Shabbat,
Shabbat
shalom.
shalom.
Yes, please turn your sheet